What's going on, recliners? Welcome back, or welcome to the channel. Today I will be checking out the newly-ish released movie, the 2024 Clint Eastwood, Juror number 2. Don't really know much about this. I don't even recall seeing a trailer for it, but it has really good reviews, and so it should. I mean, Clint Eastwood normally delivers with his movies. And then just from checking out the synopsis, what I could gather is, what's his name? Beast. Nicholas Hoult. He gets selected for jury duty, but whatever's going on with the case, apparently he's the one responsible for what happened. I don't know, something like that. But, yeah, definitely excited to check this out. Again, it got good reviews, and I'm usually here for these type of mystery thriller type movies. So we're going to go ahead and check this one out. Before we do, as always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate it if you could leave it a like. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. So yeah, let's check out the 2024 Juror number 2.
You ready?
Oh. It's the chick from Zombieland 2. Is it? Madison.
It's cute, right?
I love this!
Oh, she is super pregnant.
It's perfect! Thank you.
Of course.
You're like 30 minutes early. Why are they... What? I love it.
I'll be honest, Allie and I, we weren't sure about whether to have this party. Together, there's nothing we can't overcome. You're the strongest woman I know, and I'm so damn excited to keep building our lives together.
I love you.
Love you.
Gender reveal? Or just a normal baby shower?
Send in those mail-in ballots soon. First inboards.
46-point deadlock with 8% of voters still undecided.
But this case is my campaign. I put James Side the way. We win.
Who's shot at being DA?
I gotta go.
That was always my dad's dream car.
You drop this.
What was that, like an SL55 AMG?
Jury duty?
Down there.
All right, guys, eyes up, pay attention.
That J.K. Simmons in the back?
As a juror in the Georgia court system, you protect the right of every person to a trial by jury, cornerstone of our democracy, by the United States Constitution.
There she is.
Well, I do agree with, like, juries and jury duty. It's still kind of wild to me that 12 random people can be selected to choose the fate of a person. Like, granted, it's probably the most objective way to prove or disprove someone's innocence, but still, just a wild concept to me.
The case you're about to hear is an alleged homicide. State is charging James Michael Scythe for the death of Kendall Alice Carter. Any of you have a personal relationship serving on this panel in an unbiased manner? Please speak now. Yes.
He used to ride my bus.
And when was this?
I don't know, a few years ago.
That's Cindy from Orange is the New Black?
Think that they're incapable? Yes.
My wife is in the third trimester of a high-risk pregnancy. I'd like to be available to her.
What hours do you normally work?
9 to 6, typically.
Court will not demand 1 minute more of your time than...
Nice try.
Why, I believe that this process is still our best chance at finding justice.
Do you work, Mrs. Oldworth?
Well, I have the toughest job there is. I raised 2 kids and just sent them off to college.
Ah, congratulations.
Thank you.
And have you ever served on a jury before?
Twice, both were mistrials.
Was that Leslie Bibb? Last thing I remember seeing her in was Law-Abiding Citizen.
Are you going to ask that question to every guy in this courtroom?
If I have to, I will.
Isn't that the dude from Reno 911?
How long have you lived in the area, Mr. Tchaikovsky? Oh, you run a flower shop.
Yeah, with my wife.
Wife has primary custody of your daughter?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask you who ended the marriage?
The hell does that have to do with it?
You read anything about this case?
No, today's the first I've heard about it.
Perfectly acceptable member of this jury.
Does the defense accept our challenge?
We accept him, Your Honor.
Kristen Kemp as juror number 2.
Hi.
Hi.
How did it go?
I got picked.
No.
I'm saving that for you.
Oh, yeah?
They said it'll be a short trial.
Think you guys already did something wildly inappropriate, hence the pregnancy.
The people need to know how I'll make if they're in an abusive relationship. There has their back. The rest is noise. Thank you so much.
So I'm sure she'll be going after this guy hard to help her with her election.
Justice is truth in action?
Oh, Professor Nielsen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. You still believe it?
Of course.
As long as it doesn't get in the way of a win, though, right?
My God, if you got something to say, Eric, just say it.
12 angry men, not 12 men in a room. I don't know why it just hit me, but yeah, that was the movie I was talking about.
Not fair what you're doing.
Leave it alone.
I'm not. What is
Stop pushing me.
Stormed out of the bar. The fight escalated and things quickly got out of control.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Get away from me.
Where are you? Are you kidding me?
It was par for the course. They'd argue, they'd break up, they'd calm down. It was basically a game.
Now, this couple had a history of she was done with him, so headed down the road on foot.
Oh, is he drunk in the rain and accidentally hit her?
He pushed her over a railing to the creek below and left her to die.
James Scythe didn't attack.
So, alright, he was under the assumption he just hit a deer. It wasn't like malicious, like trying to cover it up, but we still haven't seen her. So is there a chance he's now thinking he killed her, but in actuality it really was the boyfriend? I'm sure he's gonna like fight with his moral decisions throughout this movie, but I wonder if the twist will be he really did just hit a deer or something.
Hey. It's okay. How was the meeting?
Stayed after to talk with Larry for a bit.
You okay? Your heart. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna be a family soon. Very soon, I hope.
But wouldn't an autopsy, like, reveal if she were beaten by hand or hit by a car?
That night, she came in trying to talk to him, like, seriously. You know, he wasn't having it.
Disagree?
No, I want you to say I love you too.
I basically
I want you to say I love you too.
Lines, are you talking?
Hey, get out of my face!
That's what prompted the fight?
So she left, then what happened?
Out of the parking lot and onto Old Quarry Road.
No further questions, Your Honor.
So you saw him walk down Old Quarry Road. Did you know that his car was parked down Old Quarry Road?
No.
Were you drinking that night?
Objection, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Were you drinking that night?
It's a valid question.
Because of the rain the night before, the trails were all muddy and wet to cut up to Old Quarry by the bridge in order to get back to the road.
Clear, when you found Kendall Carter, she was dead?
Her head was in a pool of blood. It was awful.
Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Reed. I know it isn't easy.
Mr. Resnick, your witness.
Mr. Reed, you hike those trails in the woods frequently, don't you?
Yes, sir. Twice a week at least.
In your opinion, is the hike down the hillside difficult?
Yes.
I assume you wear hiking boots when you hike, Mr. Reed, is that correct?
Of course.
This is a picture of Kendall Carter below Old Quarry Road. Can you please tell us what kind of shoes she's wearing?
Looks like heels.
Heels. And if she's walking along the edge of Old Quarry Road in a blinding rainstorm at night in heels, her footing, it'd be next to impossible to prevent herself from falling, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Kind of a weak defense there, my guy.
On October 25th of last year, you lived on Old Quarry Road. And do you remember anything unusual happening that evening?
Saw a man get out of his car in a storm.
Do you remember what time that was?
11:48 on the button. I looked at the clock. Well, I heard thunder and lit up the sky. There he was. He looked around. He went over to the... peered over the railing, got back in his car,
And is that man you saw that night here? Can you point him out?
yes, he is here today. That's him right there.
Let the record reflect that the witness has identified the man he saw as the defendant, James Michael Scythe. No more questions, Your Honor.
You know, sometimes witnesses can just be so freaking unreliable. I once had a car parked, someone hit and ran it. There were like 3 or 4 witnesses. Not one of them could even agree on the color of the Jeep that hit me. I'm like, oh yeah, go find a Jeep. It's green or gray or black. Good luck.
The Kendall Carter case? They found her body in a creek bed about a quarter mile from Rowdy's Hideaway last October.
What are you telling me?
Maybe I didn't hit it, dear. I don't know what to do.
You were at a bar and you had a drink.
Yes, but I didn't touch it.
Doesn't matter. Given your history,
So he wasn't even drunk.
prior DUIs, and the fact that you were at a bar, reason to charge you with first-degree vehicular homicide. That's 30 years to life.
What?
If you were to come forward right now, you would be completely screwed.
That's it?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not like he can go do a breathalyzer test a year later.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please state your name for the record.
This is the story I want to hear.
Now, there's been testimony that you guys argued. You don't deny that, do you?
No, she got really drunk. She was giving me a hard time.
What do you mean?
She'd been going on about us moving in together. Kept telling her that I didn't think that I...
We'll see.
Just wasn't having it. She said I didn't love her, and she stormed out.
And then what happened?
So that's what stemmed the argument.
And we'd work it out, like always. Was I stupid for not wanting to move in with her so I could see her face every day? Absolutely, yeah. I could never put my hands on her like that. I couldn't do that to her. I loved her. Now look, I understand with my past. I know what you're thinking. I do. And I get it. I'm not that guy anymore. Okay, I've changed. I left that life behind me, and I thought I was doing really good. I don't know what happened. I went home. I drove home.
You know how difficult this is for you, James. You take your time and let me know when you're ready.
Prosecutors sitting there like, yeah, I don't buy any of this shit.
The evidence in this case is now closed. Attorneys, you may give your closing arguments at this time.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Kendall Carter's murder was a savage crime committed by an evil man.
An innocent man.
But like, what's the murder weapon? Her skull was fractured. Something had to have been used to do this, but...
Murder weapon was recovered. Nothing.
The defendant's DNA was all over the victim.
Says there was DNA. Of course there was DNA. They were a couple.
Yeah, of course, they were a couple, until they weren't.
And admitted to some difficult truths.
That was all a performance, nothing else.
I think we can all agree on this. The person responsible for Kendall Carter's death deserves to face justice.
Is James Scythe.
But that person, that evil man...
Now, I still don't know if he is responsible or not, but, yeah, he's definitely got the moral dilemma. Like, prosecute someone who may or may not be innocent, or come forward and, yeah, with his history, no way of proving he was sober, say goodbye to the rest of his life and never knowing his kid.
Look, it's a deliberation. You were ready to send this man to prison, maybe forever, just like that.
And I heard the facts of the case, did you?
Lawyer didn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt.
Well, he doesn't have to. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. Does anyone have even the slightest hesitation that James Scythe is guilty? Look, if you have to think, you aren't sure.
No.
Look, we all have lives. None of us want to be here.
How about your issue is, or your issues are, and I'll talk through it.
Oh, I don't have an issue.
Okay, so you just like pissing me off then? What?
Oh, look, I have questions.
Nah, that's just your guilt talking. You want to go home to your little neighborhood. We did right by that boy.
Oh, man, hold up. Why you getting on him like
fella?
Excuse me?
Enough, please.
In here 5 minutes, already at each other's throats.
Aside for a minute and just remember 2 key points. Scythe went to trial instead of taking a plea, testified instead of taking the 5th. It doesn't mean he's innocent, but I think he's earned just a few hours of our time.
He's right.
Fine, but it's a waste of time. Any other group of 12 people would arrive at the exact...
That part right there.
The state has the truth on its side.
Now I'm getting the 12 Angry Men vibe. But not for nothing, like, even if all the evidence shows guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, take a little bit of time because, yeah, you are responsible for someone's life.
I'm just gonna start with what I think evidence, which was The man who saw Scythe on the road, Carter's body was found.
Yes, exactly.
And it was the middle of the night through pouring rain.
That whole area is covered by trees. It'd be hard to see.
Yeah, but dude's kind of ancient, though.
Well, this old bird has 20/20 vision with my glasses.
It's his testimony. He's not lying. I mean, why would he lie? I don't think he's lying. You think he's lying?
No, I don't.
He may just believe he thinks he saw what he saw.
Fact, 32% of homicides occur between domestic partners. Police arrested James Scythe 2 days after they found the body. They never questioned any other suspect.
You watch too much TV, old man.
Okay.
You're a cop.
I was. 22 years, robbery, homicide. Finally took the buyout, came down here to get away from those...
Why didn't you tell the lawyers?
Because nobody asked.
About that.
What, are cops not allowed to be jurors?
They feed Scythe to that eyewitness, so of course that's who he IDs. Ignore anything that doesn't help their case.
Confirmation bias.
It's a good point.
I mean, nothing against this guy. He seems 10 times the caseload of the DA's office.
Yeah, well, nothing is anymore. We just do the best we can.
22 years on the street that is telling me there's a lot more to this case than we know.
All right, then, if you were still a detective.
They have some good insight.
See you back here at 9 a.m. Monday morning. Oh, and I almost forgot. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, so they're past the due date already. She can pop anytime. Is he selling the truck because it's a potential murder weapon or help fund for the baby?
Hey, hon.
He took note of the car. Probably see it at jury duty. Think, what the hell is going on with this guy?
There she is. Next round's on her.
Bourbon, neat.
What I'm having is a great evening. Isn't it an evening?
Should have been a 2-hour verdict.
Taking their job seriously. I gave them a lot to think about.
What kind of mountain of evidence you gave him?
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Look, here's the thing. You walk into court convinced of the guilt of the defense. About what I do, a lot of my clients are guilty, and my job is to help make a bad situation. But I'm telling you, this guy didn't do it. And the fact that the time gives me hope that things are working the way they should.
You enjoy that while it lasts.
To the justice system. It ain't perfect, but it's the best we got.
Hey,
Sorry again about yesterday. Just the case wearing on me.
I know, I can tell.
Are they the old man and old wife farmers from that painting?
Hey, why'd you follow me after court on Friday? Picked your tail up like halfway out of the parked green Toyota 4Runner, right?
Yeah, well, you're not allowed to investigate the case outside the jury room.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, somebody's got to. Don't you want to know what really happened?
It's the detective in him.
God damn it.
Everything all right over here? Yeah, I'm working my nerve today. What is all this? Just you two away from me.
Read instruction 0.01 for me, please.
To maintain the integrity of the jury system.
Smart move, just not the slickest.
You may not conduct any research on your own about this case.
Sounds to me like you two violated every sentence.
Former cop who knows what ideas he put in the jury's head.
Voir dire is on you, Mr. Resnick.
Our resources are already stretched so thin.
She's right. Motion denied.
Your Honor, you know.
As for you two, you violated your oath as jurors.
I upheld the oath I took as a police officer to never betray my character, my integrity, or the public trust.
Mr. Tchaikovsky, you are hereby removed from jury service. On account of your background, I'm going to make an exception and not find you in contempt of court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Kemp, you are not a retired law enforcement officer, are you?
Oh, he's gonna get punished?
Explain your involvement in this transgression.
I obtained those documents on my own. You didn't have anything to do with it.
Is that true? I mean, did you look at these documents, cure them, or know what Mr. Tchaikovsky was intending to do?
Your Honor, I did not look at them, and I didn't help.
That you can disregard everything that you heard just now. Biased member of this panel.
Yes, I can.
I'm going to take you at your word. Please escort Mr. Kemp back to the juror room.
Now he doesn't want to leave jury duty. I don't know what his plan is. I don't think he knows what his plan is yet.
So, if he thinks it was a hit and run, Kendall was 5'5". If
She was hunched over. Car was an SUV or a truck. Then hit smack across the head and torso. Look at the way her shoulders are fractured.
I'm sorry, but are you a doctor?
Not yet. 30-year med student.
I mean, I think we should leave that
Close
to
enough.
professionals, the medical examiner who, examined the body.
One time they told my dad he was having a heart attack. Turned out it was just gas.
They're always in such a rush.
Yeah, they're always just practicing medicine. So that way, if they do make a mistake, which they're human, they're not held liable.
Do we know if Scythe's car had any damage?
No, the police would have noted it in their report if it did.
Cops hate paperwork.
So you some kind of secret cop now, too?
But I watch and listen to a lot of true crime.
Husband, boyfriend, same difference. You agree that he's guilty.
But the second rule of true crime is that it's never the perfect suspect.
Oh my God.
I'm just sharing with you my experiences.
Listening to crime podcasts.
Well, hold on and watch.
So that's what I mean about, like, jury duty and jurors. If you get a room full of people like that guy who's just like, guilty, guilty, let's go home, innocent lives could be ruined. It's just crazy, but it's what we have.
What if that's what they thought?
Who thought?
Whoever hit Kendall Carter.
Yeah, man, I mean, that all makes sense, but what about our eyewitness?
Maybe he saw someone else.
Way too many maybes for my like.
And too many maybes is reasonable doubt.
I agree with Justin.
Yeah. Okay. Keiko?
I'm not sure anymore that this young man is guilty.
Okay. Anyone else?
Not guilty.
Okay.
I fell asleep on Highway 17 and woke up in the ditch. Thank God the hospital was closed.
Okay. Thanks for your time.
She gonna figure out juror number 2 had that accident?
We got all these theories, y'all, but no new evidence.
Yeah, but those theories are making some of us question James Scythe's guilt.
No, you can question it all you want, but I know he's guilty. Just look at his damn neck. Hey, my man, I know you got a picture of him in that book of yours.
Yeah, but it's not perfect.
Yes, see, right there, Snake and the Crown. That's the West Side Crowns. They're the biggest drug pushers in the city. Because I run the Boys and Girls Club, are poisoning their own community.
Sounds a little biased. One tattoo formed an opinion for him.
Sending a jury to visit a crime scene once deliberations have...
With all due respect, Your Honor, this is... But I do think it will be beneficial in helping us reach a verdict.
Mr. Resnick, any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Killebrew?
The state's fine with it.
Here are the rules. You are not to speak to anyone outside of your jury panel, nor are you to speak to each other about this case. You are there to view the locations in and around, and you are not to collect evidence. Does everyone understand these rules? All right, then. This court is adjourned.
Interesting. A little field trip.
Yeah, great. I'll see you there. Thanks.
Wonder if J.K. Simmons is still investigating, even though he's not a juror anymore, or a cop.
Hello?
Hey, are you Allison Cruzen?
Yeah. Who are you?
Oh, it's not registered to him.
Do you remember having any body work done on it around that time? How was your car damaged?
My husband Justin hit a deer.
Any idea where?
Up on Brimstone Pass?
Could it have been Old Quarry Road? Or
No, it was Brimstone Pass.
you're positive?
Positive.
Well, that's all I have. Thank you very much for your time, Mrs. Cruzen. Congratulations. When are you due?
Yeah, any day now.
Well, good luck with that. Well, I'll just see myself.
No, I'll
you
get
stay
you.
there.
Okay.
No, it's
All
good.
right.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Bye.
Did he lie to her so she wouldn't find out he was at a bar? Starting to second guess my theory on a little plot twist. Maybe Nick Holt's character really did kill this girl.
Justin?
Thanks. Enjoy. Got you a coffee.
Thanks.
Obviously, I want to acquit the guy. It's a mistrial, right? Problem solved.
Well, given all the press on this case, demand a retrial, which is going to have to do it all over again with Scythe. Attorney's office decides that he's not find the guy. There's no way that this case ends without a verdict. Once they get that, then yeah, it's over, then it's done.
So you're saying I need a verdict?
I'm afraid so.
So try and convince everyone he's not guilty, so they both go free?
Hey,
Hey, everything okay?
where'd you hit that deer again? Up on Brimstone Pass, right? You sure that it wasn't Old Quarry Road?
Positive.
Just that's positive. That's what I said to the trial when she just interrogated me in her living room.
What? She was here?
Yeah, I looked her up. She wanted to know about your accident.
What'd you tell her?
The truth that you hit a deer up on Brimstone Pass. That is the truth, right? Did you take the shortcut home through Old Quarry that night? Did you stop at Rowdy's Hideaway? Did you drink?
She can't see you shaking your head, man.
It was the twins' due date, and I couldn't deal with the feelings. So I don't want to bring them home and put them on you. I sat there for a while, and then I came home.
Why didn't you tell me? Did you get this from?
But you were in so much pain.
Of course I was in pain. My fault. good. It's still my.
It was not your fault.
They
It's
were my
fine.
baby. They were our
None-
baby.
I know. We were both hurting. Still hurts.
Me too. I'm not doing this alone.
No, you're not. You're not. I will protect our family. I will. I promise.
She not gonna ask why would she question where her husband got into an accident? Did he really hit a deer?
I need him to look me in the eye and tell me he didn't do it.
So you're having doubts. I'm right. You're doubting it. Come on, you know something isn't right here. The jury knows it. It's
Just an SL 550, not the 55 AMG.
What do you want?
Justice for Kendall Carter. Tell me what happened that night.
I told you. I went home.
First, you followed her, right?
Yeah, I mean, she was wasted.
You felt angry and played?
No, that wasn't it. It's just how Kenny was. You know, talk this big game, and then the next day, it'd be like nothing happened. She just needed to chill out. Yes, okay, I know our relationship wasn't perfect, but we did love each other. I've done a lot of things in my life that I'm not proud of, but I didn't do this. The biggest regret of my life is that I didn't go after Kendall in my car that night, because if I did, Kenny would still be alive. I'm done.
It's looking more and more like Nick Holt is the guilty one here. But what's he gonna do? Get this guy acquitted and he goes home, or turn himself in?
Look, but don't touch.
Investigating a pepper shaker? Did he really not drink?
So this is where they fought.
It makes sense why he went to the bar in the first place. You know, losing your kids, definitely tough, but hey, respect for him actually not drinking.
Alone to die in a ditch. Her death is on him. I will never acquit James Scythe. This trial ends in only two ways, either with conviction.
All right, is everybody ready to head home? Is everybody done here, please?
He did turn around to go home, which it's messed up. I mean, fight or no fight, he let the poor girl, just tell her, stay behind, let her blow off steam, but letting her walk home in the pouring rain like that, drunk.
Madam Foreperson, has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
And is that verdict unanimous?
Yes, Your Honor.
Will the defendant please stand for the reading of the verdict? In the matter of the State of Georgia versus James Michael Scythe, case number CR2021171, we, the jury, find the defendant, James Michael Scythe, of count 1 malice murder. Denise Hall.
Interesting.
Madam Foreperson, to the best of your knowledge, was this your verdict? Was it freely and voluntarily given, and is this still your?
How did this happen, though? I feel like we just skipped a whole lot of important information. Their kid was born.
Hey,
Soon. I'm gonna head out.
you sure you want to go? He wasn't a good guy. It's not your fault.
I didn't stand up for him. I told them what they needed to hear and said he couldn't change. I have to live with that. So, least I can do is be there.
Sentencing hearing?
Will the defendant please stand for sentencing? The murder of Kendall Carter. The jury has found you guilty. Court sentences you as follows. Count 1, malice murder, without the possibility of parole. Defendant is hereby remanded to the Department of Corrections to serve the rest of his life.
My husband Justin hit a
My
deer.
wife is in a high-risk pregnancy.
You just Google that? I guess, like, Instagram and whatnot.
Hello? Where's our new DA? Hey.
Hey.
The new digs.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's real. Easy plant to take care of. Really thrives on neglect. How you did it. Hope it was worth it. Ale house later. Goodbye.
You know, for a public defender, he really seemed to care about this case.
Kung Fu.
And the Forerunner is officially...
It's funny, it took me the entire movie to realize this is our new Lex Luthor.
With beautiful elbows. Yeah. Look at that bit of time like this.
Peanut. Hi, honey.
Cops. Yep. Oh, really? Damn. Alright, guys. So, just got finished up with Juror number 2, and that was a really good movie. Definitely not how I thought it was going to play out initially going in. You know, I thought they were making us believe he believed he actually killed her, when in reality it was still the boyfriend, but no, it was him. And granted, it was an honest mistake. He didn't even think about it until the trial that he possibly hit a person. You know, it's when he hit the deer, he did the right thing. He got out to check, but it's in a massive storm, pitch blackout, and he didn't see anything. Couple that with the deer crossing sign we saw so many times. Yeah, I mean, it was easy to believe that, yeah, he probably just hit a deer, not a person. And it wasn't until the trial came about that he was like, oh shit. I'm kind of surprised J.K. Simmons was just briefly in this one. I thought a big, actor like him would have some more screen time. And I don't know, maybe even after he was excused from the case, he would still be doing his checking, seeing what really happened. But I guess he just went on his merry way. The prosecutor, however, she did have a shadow of a doubt and was doing her own homework, and even she herself believed that her guy wasn't it. Like, there was something to the hit and run. But then we have, like, the deliberation scenes. They were definitely giving off the 12 Angry Men vibe. You know, everyone except our main guy was guilty. And initially, it looked like the route they were going was he was going to persuade everyone to vote not guilty, and that he would be acquitted. The parents of the girl wouldn't get any sort of justice, but then case would be closed. He would be fine as well. But the Reno 911 cop flat out said, no matter what you do, I'm not changing my mind. So it's either going to be a hung jury or he's going to be guilty. So then we had that like weird jump from when they did the field trip to automatically the verdict. Like, I thought maybe after that scene we'd get like a cut back to what happened and why they switched to guilty, but it looks like he just said, screw it. If this is going to be the only way I can be with my wife and kid, then guilty he is. But the prosecutor, however, she did figure it out. And initially, he did make sense when she confronted him about it. Like, you just won the election for DA, and if it comes out that you prosecuted an innocent man, it's gonna derail your career, and it would destroy his life. Granted, he did a terrible thing. It wasn't intentional, but still not the right thing. And it looked like she was going to let it go for a little bit there, but that ending, guess they're leaving it up to us. Nothing was said there, but the way they were looking at each other, it looks like, yeah, she's not going to let this go. She's going to get justice for the girl and for the guy that they just wrongfully convicted. So, overall, it was a really good movie, different, and just an all-around good watch. Definitely enjoyed it. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, then as always, I'd appreciate it if you could leave it a like. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next one, I'll see you guys soon.